Okay, well, here we are on week 10, which puts us two-thirds of the way through the class. So we're moving right along. And this week, of course, there's the exam covering chapter 7, 8, and 9. So hopefully you do well on that. If there's any problems, then let me know. Um, there's also a short film that I want you to watch. It's called Improving or Educational Paradigms. It's by Sir Ken Robinson, who is kind of, if you ever watch TED Talks, he's a TED Talk superstar. But he has a lot to say about education and how we've set our educational system up and maybe how we need to look at changing it. He has some things to say about ADHD and some other things, whether you agree with or don't agree with. It's thought-provoking, and if you want to watch other films, if you're interested in education, then you might want to watch some of his other TED Talks. They're very good, very entertaining, but very informative. The other thing is there's a little film on, it's a little life after 90, so it's kind of getting a little ahead of the curve, but it's a lot of the latest research that has to do with living longer, so you might be interested in seeing how your life is measuring up at this point, getting ready to move on as you age. Um, and there's another film on that there's no quiz associated with it. There's also a link to an activity called Cognito that if you're ever interested in a clinical type of work, maybe being a school counselor, maybe being a clinician, working with people that have problems with obesity, drug abuse, I believe that this is a great introduction to what's called motivational interviewing, which is kind of the new Carl Rogers. It's kind of taking Carl Rogers' theories and updating it. Carl Rogers did something called client-centered therapy, a humanistic approach. And so this is what this is. So it will introduce you to it. It takes you into a virtual setting eventually, after it teaches you some things about motivational learning and some of its techniques. And then you get to go in and work with a mother and a son, where he's experiencing some obesity. And like I said, it's a virtual experience where you actually make some decisions as to what's going to be said to this mother and child, and that either works or it doesn't work. And it's a great activity, and I used to use it in class as a requirement, but then there's kind of some things that technology sometimes doesn't work the way we want it to, as you well know. But I would do it. The way that I found the easiest way to get in there is using the app on my phone, but you certainly can go to the website and pick how you would like to go in there. You might pick the online version or the app. So anyways, I would really highly recommend you doing that. I know that you have a lot of time, but it's about a 20-minute exercise, 10 to 20 minutes. But you get a lot, and I know that here in our master's program they do talk about motivational interviewing, and all the way up through our PhD program. So it's something that's very, very relevant. So anyways, okay, well, have a great week, and like I say, we're on our way to the finish line. So if you have any questions, let me know.